after the lunch break, okay, so that you can complete it. So for that also the evaluation will be there. Okay, you have to get a pass mark in that baseline assessment. So please do well. And then, so in today's that is session, so I'll be telling you what is how you can log into the LMS, and then Rishikesh sir will explain you about the gate, and then the JavaScript concept, basic concepts, and then I will continue with the advanced JavaScript concepts. Okay. So any queries or any doubts regarding the yesterday sessions, you can ask now. Faculties, any questions or any doubts? Have you all executed the portfolio website? Is it working? So any queries regarding that, you can just post it now. And also yesterday I have given some activity for you all, like just you can change the portfolio according to your education background and some whatever the projects you have done. You can also include that. If you have not done yesterday, so you can try it today also. Started to code similar portfolio. Great, ma'am. So you can also encourage your students to do this portfolio, because this is very, very mandatory, we can say, because nowadays in the industry, they are asking for they are checking the individuality. If some 10 candidates are there, they will be seeing who's unique in that, because everyone can have a technical knowledge, but how they are differing from the other person. So that is very important. So please encourage your students to create a own portfolio and ask them to project their own project. Okay. So let me open the LMS. Give me a minute. So just log into the. I'll just show you how we can log into the LMS. Give me a 2 minutes. Okay. Okay, so we can start now. Let me share my screen. So Rishikesh, are you recording the session?
Yes, Uma, no issue.
Okay, thank you.
You can record as well, there will be no issue.
Okay, so actually this is the link. Let me share you this link. Oops. Okay, great. So let's say for an example, uh, this is the link which you need to log in. Okay, so this is the link you need to log in, and then your mail ID. So this is the credentials, your mail ID, and then the password. The default password is capital T EST at 1234. This is the default password. Later to that, you can reset the password. Okay, once you logged in. So let me show you how you can log in. Just make sure that whatever the mail ID you have given for the text action program, please provide that mail ID. Okay. So for sample, I've given adarshjoshi@gmail.com, and the password is going to be capital TEST at 1234. I'm just giving the captcha HNGGX. Click on login, tap and valid captcha. CHYU. So I have logged in here. You can see the completion certification and the participation certification. What is the score? And if you click on the baseline assessment, you can see the questions here. Okay, so totally 15 questions are there. You need to complete all these questions, and the passing score you have to get. Okay, it is more than 70, I guess. Okay, and the study materials, you can see the modules. It is uploaded. So course presentation, that is PPT. You just click on the PPT, you can see all the day-wise chapter. You can access it here. And then the reference handbook. The reference handbook, it has a detailed information about all the chapters, and the course lab repositories. Okay, this is a link. Actually, if you click on this link, you can see all the activities and the code. Okay, you can execute on your system. So this is the final assessment. Please don't take this final assessment. So as of now, it is not viewable. And then session recordings. You can see the link has been posted. You can copy and use it. Okay, but I will check. Actually, it should show as a playlist, but it is not. I will just check with this. Okay. So for a baseline assessment, the last day to complete is today. So you need to complete it by today. So any queries or any questions, please let me know. Faculties, any challenges? Are you facing any challenges? But please don't do the baseline assessment now. Your name is, the baseline assessment is not showing, unable to log in. Okay, 1 minute. Just check. So yeah, the sir, I think Chandrasekhar Yadav, right? Your name is, but the mail ID is different here in the program. So you have given. Just check. So this was the mail ID you have given. Yadav sir, just check the mail ID. But please, no one should not, no, should not take your assessment now. Please take it by evening time, on the evening time, or maybe tomorrow. Okay. Baseline is not showing. Unable to log in. Pushpavalli. Pushpavalli at K. Actually, this is your mail ID, ma'am, Pushpavalli, ma'am. But the password I'm just giving you, capital TEST at 1234 is the password. For baseline assessment,
तो क्या कह रहे हैं लाइक अदर जोशी एग्जाम्पल में मेरे नाम का दे दे रहे हैं यार तभी तो आया मैं भागा भागा
able to log in, baseline assessment is not showing. Have received a mail on this mail ID. Okay, but here I can see that only, sir. But if you want to change anything, change your mail ID, I'll just make a note of it. I'll do it later. Okay. So who are able to see the baseline assessment, please let me know. Are you able to see the baseline assessment? Some of them have just texted that you are not able to see it. Yes, I can log in. Yes, it's visible and completed. Okay, it's available. Mm, Okay, so who are facing an issue, please just put a message in this chat box only so I can rectify it. So in the meanwhile, I think we can start our today's session, right? Yes, it's over to you, Rishikesh. Thank you.
Thank
Can
you
start
very
the
much.
session.
No issue. So good morning everyone for the day two. So now basically first one we'll do the GitHub kind of the thing, then we'll move toward the basics JavaScript. So just 1 minute, I'm sharing my screen. So just can anyone give me a thumbs up? My screen is visible or not? Screen is visible to everyone. So now just requirement. So we already learned that thing in the last session. I'm just confirming the requirement. So first one, if you want to upload the code on the Git or if you want to push the code on the GitHub, then what happened? First one, we need to check the Git it available or not. So now first one I'm checking Git version. Yes, in my system Git version is available. So now then I will check the configuration because here we need to configure that with the GitHub. So now just second thing, what we need a GitHub account. So now just I'm logging into the GitHub. GitHub is the cloud-based VCS and then Git is the local VCS. So now just you can click on the login. So now see, this one is my GitHub account. So in the GitHub account, what? So I'm created this account using the, this one is my ID, or you can say username, and I'm used the my own mail ID. So now if you want to check this one, so now we can use the git config hyphen list. So now see here what happened. Yes, my Git is connected with the GitHub. So now, yes. So now, yeah, we are able to push the code on the GitHub. So this we need the three requirement. We need to check the Git available or not. Then just check the Git connection, and then just we need to open the GitHub. And then the third thing, what we want a repository. I think we already created the repository in the last session. This one is my repository. So no issue. If you want to create the another repository, then we can create another one. So now just what I'm doing, I'm just clicking on the new. I'm writing here day 2 SDP demo. This one is my repository name. So if you want to give the description, you can give the description as well. So just without wasting so much time, just I'm creating the create repository. I'm clicking on the create repository. So now see, after clicking the creating the repository, here I will get the link of this particular repository. Now the second thing, we need to push our code on the GitHub. So now then already we create the one code last day. So just in the workspace. Yeah, I think we have a code into the workspace too. Yeah, this one, day 2. So now just what I can do, I will open this one with the VS Code. I'm opening this one with the VS Code. So we can click on the VS Code. So I think we did this. So now just what I'm doing. So I'm just again pushing the code on the GitHub. So now see here, what happened? We are getting the here Git repository. So you can just the first one, I'm deleting this one because I want to again initialize the repository. So now I can just deleting this one. So now see, I'm not getting the any kind of the Git repository. So now just I can initialize the Git repository. For that we have a comment git init. So after clicking on the enter, so now see here what we get the git to repository, and then after that we need to push this all code inside the git repository. So now, so sorry, we need to add this code into the git repository. For that we have one command. So now what happened, git to add space dot. So using the dot, what happened? So if you want to insert a particular file, then we can use the particular file name. But here now I want to insert the all files. So for that, what happened? What I'm writing, git to add space dot. Now this one is added. So now see what we get here. We will get the added. This one also added, and this one also added. So after the adding the files, then what happened? We need to commit these files. So now what happened? For that, we already learned that commit command git to commit. Git to commit, and then I'm writing the one message, add all files, or we can say add initial files, add all 3 files, add 3 files. Sorry, here we'll write down the yum for the main. So now see here what happened, we get the all 3 file is added over here. So last time we did up to the here. Now then second thing, what happened, we need to connect our GitHub with the VS Code. So for that, just you can see here we are getting the, this one is our repo. So now here what happened, if I want to connect this one with the Git, then what happened, we need to use this command. If we create any repository in the, so that will give the some kind of the instruction. So now just what I'm doing, just I'm copying this command. In this command, what happened, we have a URL of the particular repo. You can see here. So this one is my mail ID. This one is my user ID. And here after that, what happened, we'll get the repository name with the extension .git. With the extension .git. So we can do the one thing, just to copy this one. And then you can add this one over here, and just we can press the enter button. So now see here what happened, we will get the one we will add the one origin file. So after the adding the origin file, then we need to create the branch. So now here what happened, we need to create the branch. So basically if we see the this one, so now see here just to, okay, I will show you that branch after the pushing the code. So now see here what happened. We need to create the branch. So if I want to create the branch, then we will use the this command git branch main. So here what happened? We are creating the main branch, and then just you can paste this code and just click on the enter. Now here what happened? We create the main branch. So now this one is the done. So now the last step, we need to push this entire code from the git. So if I want to see the flow, so up to here what we did, we create the code within the VS code. Now then this code we add into the git. We add this code into the git. Now then what happened? We need to push this code into the GitHub. GitHub is the cloud-based VCS, version control system. So now then here what happened? We are going to push this code into the VCS. So now for that, just don't need to type the any kind of the command. So now see here, we'll get the this command. So just you can copy this command and then you can put this command over here and just you need to click on the enter. So it will take little bit time. See now here what happened. See if you just 1 minute, I'm just deleting the bold. Now we are able to see the things over here. See, in counting the 5 file is uploading done. So here 100% counting done. Here we'll get the branch. What is the branch? We created the main branch. So now see, now if I want to see this code is uploaded not on the VS code. So now just we need to click on the repository name. So just I'm clicking on the repository name. So now in the repository, what happened? We will get these files: home.html, index.html, and tile.css. So I hope everyone understood up to here. Everyone done up to here? Now here what happened? We get this 3 file. Now then what will be happen? There is a second possibility. Now here what happened? So we know that this one we can consider this C. Here we are getting the commit number 1. Here what happened? We are getting the commit number 1. So that I'm saying, see here what happened? We get the main branch. We can insert into different kind of the branch as well. So now if I'm opening this one, so now here what happened? We get the main branch. Why? Because we add only the one branch. So if you can add the main branch, you can add the remote branch, you can add the any kind of the branch name. So but generally if we push the code, then what happen? We'll take the main branch. So that is the standard. We can say this is the standard kind of the practice. And then see here. So now see here what happened? What we get? We get the commit one. Now the second task, what happened? After the sometime, what happened? I want to update my version. So now I want to create the version 2.0. So now in this, what happened? I want to insert some images. Now then I want to insert some, suppose JS file. I want to insert some JS file or other thing. I want to insert the folder as well. And we can able to do the lot of things. So now see what I'm doing here. Just in the code, just I'm doing the update. In the code, I'm just doing the update. So in the code, so now see. So now first one, suppose I'm creating the one script.js. Don't worry, we will learn about the script.js and also theme. So here what we create the script.js. Now just I want to import any kind of the image. Just I will check any image is available or it's available or not along with me. Okay, I think I have one image in the workspace. Yeah, I will take this one image. I will take this one image. And now just I'm inserting this one image here. So now see here what happened? We get the image as well. So now see here what happened? So for the image, and then we can create the folder if you want to create the folder. So just I'm writing the folder as the video. Now see then what happened? We get the video folder. So now see here. So now you can see here we will update here this code, but in the GitHub we are getting the same code. If I'm doing the refreshes here, what happened? We are getting the same code. Now I want to update this code. So for the updating, just we need to do the 3 things. We already in the things we already done the all kind of the things. Just first one what happened? What we need to do? First one just we need to add these 3 files. 3 files, 2 files, and one folder. So you can add one by one, or you can add all. So now what I'm writing here, git to add dot. So what I'm doing, I'm just adding the all files. Just what I'm doing, I'm just adding the all files. So now see, after that, what happened? What we get? We
Rishikesh,
get the added.
sorry to interrupt you. The faculties are now asking you to increase the size for this Visual Studio Code.
Login. Okay, no issue. We can increase the size, Uma. Now it is visible to everyone properly. I hope it is visible to everyone. Just give me the confirmation. Now here, see what happened. We will add the all files. So now you can see the check the status. I can check the status, get the status. So now see here what happened in the status. What happened? So file adding is done. So now here what happened? Change to be commit, but still we doesn't perform the commit. So then what happened after the adding the file? We can just perform the commit. We can perform the commit into the main, and then what I'm writing here. Suppose add image and script, add image and the script. So now you can click on the enter. So now this one is the committed, this one is the committed. So now this one is the committed properly. Now just we need to push, we need to push into the origin. So now just to push you into the origin main. Just wait for the some time. Then what happen? This will all file is up to date. Here what we will get, we'll get this kind of the output. Now you can see, and just you need to refresh the repository. Now see here what happened. We'll get the all files. We'll get the all files into the particular repo. So this is about the how to insert the file into the repo. That is the things. I hope everyone get the clarity up to here. Now you can see here, we'll get the second change commits. So now here you can track this commit as well. So now first one, what is the commit? So here we'll get a time and all things 8 minutes before we add the all three files. Then what happened? We add the image and the script tag. So now here we'll get the this kind of the things. If you want to track the code, then we'll get the this kind of the things as well. So now this is the things. First one, if you want to add the any kind of the things, then we need to follow this rule. First one, what happened? We will initialize the git, then we will add the file, then we will perform the commit, we will perform the commit, and then we will push the code. We will push the code. So here we need to follow these things. So here what happened? This one, if you want to upload the code from VS to Git, VS to GitHub. And then now we have reverse versa. Then what we have reverse versa. Now I want to take the code from the GitHub to the VS. That's we call the cloning. That's we call the cloning. So now we will see that these things, how to take the code from the VS code to the from the GitHub to VS code. Now we are going to perform the vice versa. So anyone have any difficulty up to here? I'm new to begin. Sir, we already discussed that thing in the last session, so you can just refer the recording as well. Or I will share the one document in that I will write down the all thing how to push the code into the proper manner. Okay, don't worry, we will perform the one practical again, how to push the static website, portfolio website on the GitHub. I hope everyone get the idea up to here. Okay, can anyone give me the thumbs up? Sir, ma'am. So am I audible properly?
Yes, Rishikesh.
Okay, no issue. So now we can do the next thing. So we are going to create the clone. So now see, just I'm doing the one, I'm just creating the one another things into the day one. Just I'm creating, just I want to take the any kind of the repo. Now you can see, just 1 minute in the GitHub, I will make the clone of the my one repository. So now see, just suppose I will take the this repository. Okay, I will make the clone of the this repository. So now in this repository, what happened? We have a two files, and you can just click on the code. If you click on the code, then what happened? We will get the this one HTTPS. This is the you can say URL of the or particular repo. So now I want to clone this particular repository in my VS Code. So now here what happened? What I'm doing? Just in the day one, I'm just creating the one new folder, and I'm writing here portfolio website. I'm writing here, I'm just creating the taking the portfolio website, and just to show more option, open with the VS Code. I'm going to open this one with the VS Code. Okay, so now just we need to execute only one command. So now just I'm just doing onto the terminal. Yes, you can trust all things. And then here what happened? If you want to take this one, then what happened? We need to write down the one command git clone. We need to write down the command git clone, and then just to go on the repository and just click on the code. In the code, we will get the HTTP, and here we get the one copy kind of the symbol. So just we need to copy this one and just to paste it in the VS Code and just click on the enter. Now here what happened? Cloning. It's performing the cloning. So now see here what we get. We get the clone done successfully, 100%, receiving the object 100%, 4 by 4, and all thing is done. So now see in this here what happened? I will get the this one index.html, and I will get the style.html as well. So now if you want to perform the clone, just we need to execute this command, the git clone. Then we can get any kind of the, we'll get the any repository from the GitHub. Get the any repository from the GitHub. Okay, Kalyani ma'am, now we will do the one thing. I think everyone get the idea up to how to push the code. First one, VS Code to GitHub. Now second one, how to clone the front from GitHub to VS Code. Everyone got it? Now then we'll perform the third thing. We're going to perform the third thing. Now here what happened? We already discussed that with the GitHub, we are able to deploy, or we can say we are able to host our website. We are able to host our website using the GitHub. So that for that we have one option. So that is we have one option pages. So then with the help of this option, we are able to make our website live. But the things is here, we need to understand the one thing. When we are going to deploy the any kind of the website, then what happened? Initially, we need a welcome file. So that welcome file always we need as the index.html. Always we need a index.html. So now we will see that thing. What happened? First one, we will create the one portfolio application. This is already created by the Uma ma'am. Then what happened? We will push, we will add that. We will add that into the Git, and then we will push that to the GitHub, and then we will deploy using the pages, or we can say we'll host that using the pages. So here we are going to execute this entire things. Okay, so now Kalyani ma'am, you will get the entire idea how to do that kind of the things. Okay, so you can just follow the instruction, and then definitely you are able to do that things. So now then I'm just doing the one thing. I'm just creating the, or I'm doing the all thing from the scratch. Now just I'm creating the one folder. Now just I'm writing here portfolio day 2. What I'm writing here, portfolio day 2. And now I'm opening the VS Code. I'm opening with the VS Code. So now into the day 2, what happened? I already told you key initial welcome file we need as the index.html. Because pages only understand the index.html file. So we will discuss that concept into the Express.js. Then what is the use of the index.html? So now initially what happened? We need one index.html, and then we can take the style.cs. So just I'm not typing the all code, just I have already one code, then just I'm copying this code inside the index.html. So now just taking this one code, Control A, C. Now in the VS code, just I'm closing the all old files and now Control S. So now here what happened? We'll get the index.js file. Now then just I'm copy pasting the then second one, what we have? We have a style file for the CSS. Style.css. Now I'm taking the style.css file as well. So now just I'm copying the code of the style.css file as well. And now along with that, I need one profile picture. So now just I'm taking that profile picture. And pasting into the particular repo. Now you can click on the paste. So now just we'll get the one photo. Okay. So now this one is my complete profile. So now just if you want to execute the index.html, then what happened? We are going to execute the index.html. So now just click on the go live. So now if you click on the go live, so here what happened? We will get the one portfolio that is for the Dr. Vasikaran. I think you know about the Dr. Vasikaran. So so now if anyone want to give the job to Dr. Vasikaran, then so here is the resume of the Dr. Vasikaran, and we add the all things that we already discussed into the last session. And so now you can see this one URL. You can getting this one URL. So now see here what happened? What are you getting? 127.0. So this is the local IP address. And this is the IP address, and this one is 550 is the port number. So now this application is running on the local host. Are you getting my point? So now if I'm sharing this one, if I'm sharing with this one with the everyone, then what happened? You are not unable to access. You are not unable to access this. Why? Because this is running on the local server. This is running on the local server. We already discussed that thing. So this is running on the local server. But here what happened? We need to push that code or onto the repository that is available on the cloud. Now you can see this one is my system, and this local host is available into my standalone application. That's why only and only this system is able to access this one. So now then what happened? Here we have a central repository. We can consider this is a central VCS, and then we are going to push this code into central VCS. Then means from this one, anyone, or we can say any computer that is available across the internet, that will be able to access that portfolio. And so that's why we are going to use the central repository. Then what happened? So yes, we need to create the one repository, and we need to push that code into the repository. So now just we are going to do that thing as well. We can do that thing as well. So now just I'm opening my GitHub, and then into the GitHub, I'm just creating the new repository. Now you can click on the profile and then repositories, and I'm creating the new repository. I'm just creating the new repository. And then here what happened? Just I'm writing here demo portfolio. And I'm writing here, I'm writing suppose today's date 21. Demo portfolio, and I'm writing here today's date 21/08. Okay, so now see, we will get done this one. Now just we can create the repository. If you want to give the description, you can give the description. So now we can say this is the resume or portfolio. Resume or portfolio of Dr. Vasikaran. And if you want to do any kind of the things, then you can write down the description as well. Now you can click on the create repository. So now this one repository is created in the good manner. Now then what happened? We will do that things. First one, we will push this. We will use the git init. Now you can use the terminal. Now, Kalyani ma'am, you can follow these things. You will get the entire thing, how to push the code from VS Code to Git. Now, just here what happened. First one, we write down the git init. I hope screen is visible to everyone and everyone getting the, this is in the proper Zoom. Just anyone give me the thumbs up. Thank you, sir. Now then, usually command what happen, what we are going to do, we are going to insert the git init. So now see here, after init, what have we do the initialization. Now I want to add the all files. Then what happen, what I'm writing here, git add. Then what happen, all file is change as the added. All file will get change as the added. Now here what happen, what I'm writing here, git commit slash yum file, or we can mention initial file added, initial files added. Okay, this is the one line code only. We need to write down all thing into the one line. Okay. So now this one is the little bit zoom. That's why we are getting this one into the second line. But make sure you need to write down this all thing into the one line only. Now just click on the enter. Now see what happened. All file is committed. Now after the commit, what we need to do? We need to add the remote. So now here in the repository, we have already that comment. So you can use this one comment. Then just put that comment into the VS Code. So now see here, I'm adding this one into the. So now then we need to create the branch. Now here what happened? Git branch main. I'm just creating the branch as well. So branch is created. Now here what happened? Last thing, we need to push the code. We need to push the code to the main. So now just we are going to push the code into the origin main. So it will take a little bit time. Now see here, all file is up to date and all file is added. So branch main setup talk to the origin slash main. Now we can check this one. So now you can click on the portfolio, demo portfolio. And now see here what we get the all file to the GitHub. So everyone done. So now here what happened? First one, we will create the code on the VS Code, then we'll push that into the GitHub. Now then what happened? We need to deploy this code. So now see in a VS Code, if we click on the code, or we can say if we click on the repository, here we'll get the one option setting. Everyone will get the this kind of the option setting. So now we need to click on the setting. Just I'm clicking on the setting. Just clicking on the setting. In the setting, what happened? We have this one option pages. We have this one option pages. So now you can click on the pages. See, after clicking on the pages, we'll get this kind of the instruction. Building a deployment. Yes, I want to deploy from a branch. Just you can click on the deploy from a branch. Then here we'll get the branch. Which branch we already create? We already aware about that. What is our branch name? We create the one branch main. So now just we need to select the main branch and just click on the save. Just we need to wait for the some minutes. Now this will be the save it done properly. So kya kya humne just with the source deploy for a branch. Then in the branch we select a particular branch. What is the branch? We have only one branch main, and just you need to take the code as the root and the click on this save. Okay. So now after that clicking the save, now see here what happened. We are not getting the save is not clickable. So means our deployment is successful. Then what happened? Just you need to do the refresh GitHub once. And then you can just click on the setting. And then you can click on the pages again. Now see, after the second time clicking on the pages, what happened? What I'm getting the here some URL. See, visit the site live at the GitHub. So now see, you can click on the visit site. Now here what we get? We get the official site. This is available live. So now if I'm sharing this one along with the members, so now here and everyone is able to access this portfolio. Why? Because you can see the difference. If you see the first portfolio, if I'm using the portfolio using the VS Code. I'm just making again this one as the live. See, now you can see the URL. What happened? We are getting the, if I'm executing from my system, then what happened? I am getting the URL of the local system. So now, but if I'm opening this one from the VS GitHub, this profile, now see what happened? We are getting the universal URL. So means now this one is the deployed onto the uh, server, not on the local servers. So this is the things I think everyone getting the access of that website. So this is all about the Git and the GitHub. I hope everyone get the proper idea how to push the code and how to do the all kind of the things. Now here what happened? We already make this one repo as the public. This one is repo. I'm already create as the public. So now I can see the repositories. 1 minute. I can see the repositories. So now this one, this repository is already public, means anyone can able to access this repository, but they want the repository URL. So now just if anyone want to access this repository, then they can also access the repository. But here condition what happened? The person need an account on the GitHub. And this repository, if anyone want to add in their system, then what happen? Here we will get the one fork option, pull request. Then you can click on the fork, and then you will get this one repository in your particular rep, in your user account, in your account. Sorry. So this is overall about the Git and GitHub. I hope everyone get the proper idea. So into the GitHub, anyone have any difficulty, they can put the message in the chat box, and within the 1 minute, we will start the next chapter. If there is no any difficulty regarding the Git, then we can start the next chapter. Just 1 minute, I'm sharing my slide as well. Just 1 minute, I'm just uploading the slide. Okay, just can anyone give me the confirmation? Slide is visible to everyone or not? Just give me the thumbs up. Thank you, sir. So now then we are going to start the chapter number 2. So that is the JavaScript for the front end and the back end. So now before moving toward this, so we already discussed that things. So now here what happened? That is the beauty of the JavaScript. So JavaScript we are able to use into the front end as well and into the back end as well. But there is the one thing, if you want to execute the JavaScript for the front end, no need any kind of the compiler. So now that's here what happened. JavaScript from the front end directly it will be compiled from the browser itself. So now that's why some people will say that this is the compiler free language. But if you take the backend, if you want to execute this one at the backend, then what happened? We need a Node.js. Okay, we'll discuss that later. What is the use of the Node.js, how to compile the JavaScript code using the Node.js. But initially, what happened? First, we will execute the JavaScript on the front end. For that, we no need any kind of the compiler. But if you want to execute that on the backend, then what happened? We need a Node.js. We need a Node.js. Using the Node.js, what happened? We will able to execute the JavaScript code on the backend as well. So now basically what is the use of the JavaScript at the front end? I'm just discussing for the front end. Can anyone give the answer in the chat box? Yes, ma'am. Anyone?
Please repeat the question, sir.
What is the use of JavaScript in the front end development?
To give behavioral actions for the
yes. So here we can say we are able using the JavaScript, we are able to create the dynamic web pages and we are able to create the dynamic web pages. We already discussed that things using the HTML. What happened in the HTML? We are able to create the structure of the web page, and using the CSS, what happened? We are able to give the design to the web page. Then what happened? We can say motion, or we are able to create the dynamic website using the JavaScript. So now if you want to understand this one, what is the dynamic and what is the responsive, then we have a best example of the Amazon. So I'm just sharing my screen. So now just I can use the, we can open the any kind of website. Just I'm refer the Amazon website. Amazon.in. I think it is little bit slow. So now we are getting this Amazon website. So this is also the single page application that is developed, front-end developed by the React. We will discuss that later. So now see, if I'm clicking on the all, and if I'm clicking on the best seller. So here what happened? We are generating the events. We are generating the events. So using the events, what happened? We are able to make the any kind of the application, or we can say any kind of the website responsive. So now see, if I'm clicking on the Prime, or if I'm clicking on Amazon Mini, if I'm clicking on the sale. So now each and every action, the website is generating the different kinds of the event. If I'm taking the mouse over on the particular product, then what happen? What we get the watch. If I'm moving on this product, what happen? What we get the watch. So here what happened? This one is the mouse over kind of the event. So we can able to create this kind of the event. So if I'm click on this one, then what happened? This one event will be generate, and this event will be reflect the one another frame. Then what happened? So in the event, what happened? What is the basically use of the event? So basically, event create our application dynamic. Our create event will create our application dynamic, or we can say it will provide the motion. And so now see, event is nothing but some kind of the set of the code. So in that, what happened in the event, within the event, we can able to change the structure. We can able to change the style. We can able to change the design, and we can able to change the entire page as well. We can able to change the entire page as well. So that is the use of the event. So now if you want to do this kind of the thing, then what happened? We need to call the event. So now see, if I'm clicking the mouse over here, what happened? This is the mouse over event. And just if I'm dragging this one, then what happened? We are getting the design. This is design ka aur a little bit change. So now here, if just I'm going to back. And then if I'm clicking on the Amazon Launchpad, then what happened? It is changing the entire structure. So now event, what happened? Event changing the entire structure. And then suppose see, now this one is the into the green kind of the color. If I'm taking the mouse over, what happen? It will check it. It is changing the design. That is the over property of the CSS. But here what happen? We are calling this one with the help of the event. Now see in the what happen? We'll get a dark color and we'll getting the underline. You know. So for the underline with the U tag. So this is a lot of the things. So basically what happened? If you want to create any kind of the application dynamic, then what happen? We need to use the event. So in the JavaScript, basically we learn that things how to use the event and how to create the different kinds of the event. So we are going to learn in the JavaScript that thing only. So now just 1 minute, I'm sharing my PPT again. So now in this session, the learning objective. First one, we'll discuss about the JavaScript fundamental. Then we'll discuss about the DOM. So what is the Then we'll discuss about the DOM manipulation. DOM means document object model. So this is the one kind of the structure that is provided by the browser. We'll discuss that more into the how to create the DOM manipulation and what is the DOM. Then we'll understand the events. What is the event? Then we have some kind of the feature that we have ES6 features and we have a ES7 feature. We are going to learn about the ES6 and ES7 feature. So what is the use of that feature? So using that feature, we no need to write down the lot of code. We'll get the some kind of the shorthand. We'll get some kind of the shorthand for the function, for the class, for the object. And so for that, what happened? We will going to implement the ES6 and ES7 feature into the JavaScript. Then we will create the one application. So that will be interact with the API. So API stand for the application program interface, and we will more discuss about the API into the upcoming slides. Yes, sir. I hope everyone got the proper learning objective. So now, then what is the JavaScript? So now see, JavaScript is the just one. JavaScript is the high level, versatile, and the widely used programming language, primarily use used to develop the web develop. Primarily it used to develop the web application. So now if you consider the just any kind of the cake, then what happened for the front end development? We have a 3 layer. First one HTML layer, then second one is the CSS layer, HTML for the structure, for the design, and for making the pages dynamic. So here, if you want to create any kind of application, then what happened? We use the this 3 programming language, है ना? So now
हाँ, ये तो अच्छा क्वेश्चन किया आपने. ये तो क्वेश्चन तभी करने जब मैंने क्लास में एंटर किया था. ये क्वेश्चन तभी होने जब मैं क्लास में एंटर किया था. देरी हो गई.
What happened, sir? Patel sir, any difficulty?
No,
Can
sir,
we
you
continue?
continue actually put all in a mute mode.
Okay, no issue, sir. I think now screen, I think my screen is not visible now. Just 1 minute, I'm sharing the again. Okay, so now JavaScript is the client-side scripting language, which means it run the directly on the web browser. We already discussed that key here for the JavaScript, no need any kind of the compiler. Then what happened? This will be execute on the browser side only. Right? So now basically we create the JavaScript to interact with the HTML and the CSS. We know key if we do if you want to change the design, then what happens? JavaScript must be interact with the CSS. If you want to manipulate the structure, then what happens? JavaScript must be interact with the HTML. So now basically what happens? If you want to make the structure and design dynamic, then what happens? We will use the JavaScript with the CSS and the HTML, and it is the third layer of the standard web technology. Just two, we have HTML, CSS, and third one we have a JavaScript. So that is the things about the JavaScript. So now JavaScript, role of the JavaScript is the web development, है ना? So now it is a flexible, and then mobile application it will we use for the develop the mobile application, for the desktop application, for the gaming application, है ना? So now this is the framework. It will support to the any kind of the framework and the library that is already deployed on the server, and then which can use the directly into the web development. So that is the good things about the JavaScript. So now then this one is the most important, DOM. So what is the DOM? So basically what happened, DOM is, we can say this is the DOM stand for the, just 1 minute, I will use my whiteboard to explain that thing properly. So now what is the DOM? Basically document object model. DOM is stand for the document object model. DOM is stand for the document object model. This is the some kind of the structure like a hierarchy, or we can say tree. So this is the structure like a tree. So this one is generated by the browser only. This will be generated by the browser. So now see this, what is the use of the DOM? So DOM is allow script. DOM is allow script to make the changes. Which kind of the changes? Just 1 minute. What is installing this? Okay, which kind of the changes within the DOM? We are able to change the element. We are able to change the content. We are able to change the structure. We are able to change the style. So now see, if you want to change the element, everyone know about that. So if I'm taking this one as the HTML, and then if I'm taking this one as the head and closing head tag, and then I'm taking just one as the body tag, and just suppose I'm taking the close body tag, and here inside this one I'm taking the P, and I'm just closing the HTML tag as well. So now if you want to understand the DOM structure, just 1 minute. So now we can make the presentation of this particular into the DOM as a tree. So now if you want to make the document object model, then what happen? Initially what we get? We'll get the HTML. And then if you want to structure is more, then what happen? What we get? We'll get the here head, and here what we get? We'll get the body, and here what we get? We get the P tag. So this is the document object model, or we can say this is the interface structure for the particular website, or we can say for the particular web page. Suppose I'm giving the name as the index.html. So now this structure is created by the browser itself. Are you getting my point? To manipulate the DOM, to manipulate the structure. Now here what happened? Suppose I want to do the change in the element. Then what happens? So here what happened? Directly we will manipulate this one P. So for that we have one method, get element by tag. Everyone getting my point? So now if you want to manipulate this one particular tag, then what happen? We will take the one get element by tag. If you want to manipulate the content, then we have one another method, get element by ID. And then here, then if you want to manipulate the structure is nothing but a tag. So we can able to, or we can say class, है ना? So now if you want to manipulate the structure is nothing but an entire structure. So for that we have another method, that is the get element by class. See, so using here we have different kinds of the methods. Using that method, what happen, we are able to manipulate the particular things, and that thing we call the DOM manipulation. That we call the DOM manipulation. That's we call the DOM manipulation. So now just you can see here, just 1 minute.
Sorry, sir. Sorry for interruption. Actually, can you please make us understand that what is the difference between get element by
Yeah,
ID
yes,
and a
we
tag?
can perform that practical, no issue. If you perform the practical, then we will get the more idea. So get the element by ID just here for here on this stage, I will told you. So we are taking the element structure with the help of the ID name. If I'm taking the get the element by a class, then we'll taking the with the class name. If you perform the practical, then you will get the more idea, sir, definitely.
Okay, okay.
Everyone up to here? So that's we call the DOM manipulation. Now, so this is available into the C. Here, now you can see here what happened. Here we get the one classroom activity, DOM structure for the static portfolio website, but I'm not performing that one. Just I can show you the structure. We already performed that DOM manipulation. Now you can refer this repository as well to create the structure of the portfolio. See, you can see in this file. Just 1 minute. It will take a little bit time. See, this one is the code for the portfolio website. Hai na? So now if you want to trace the DOM structure, so now you can see here below whatever we have HTML. In the HTML, we have head and body. So see here what happened, we have head and body. In the body, what happened, we have a header and then we have a nav. So that's why, so this will be, see here what happened, we have a header and we have a nav. In that what happened, we have a UL, and then what happened, we have a list, and in the list what happened, we have a H reference. So this one is the attribute. So now this one structure is created by the browser only. Just we need to manipulate that structure. Now we are going to learn about that, how to manipulate the structure. So now if you want to manipulate the structure, then what happened? We have a different kinds of the methods for the manipulation. Hai na? To manipulate the DOM, we need to access the element. This is commonly done using the document object. Are you getting my point? This is commonly using the document object. So we can use get element by ID, get element by class name, get element by the tag name. So now we will perform the practically how to access that thing. Then you will get the more understanding. Okay, so I will told you entire thing how to access the element from the ID, how to access the element by using the class name. So we'll perform the practical for that. So 1 minute for that, just I'm opening my VS Code, just closing the unnecessary things. Now, okay, I will create the one folder for the day 2. I hope I'm writing here day 2 workspace. Day 2 workspace. Now I'm creating the day 2 workspace, and now I'm opening this one with the VS Code. This one is the VS Code. Whatever we get a VS file, but before moving toward the DOM manipulation, first one we need to understand how to integrate the script file with the index HTML file. Then if you want to integrate that thing, then what happen? We have a two ways. First one, we have a internal JavaScript, and then we have a external JavaScript. Sometime for the internal, in the some book we'll get the embedded name as well, embedded, है ना? And then second one, what we have a external. So now just we will do the one thing we already aware about it. Key JavaScript for the front end, we will interact with the in HTML file. So now for that, I'm just creating the index.html. So I'm get the index.html. So now I'm just creating the basic structure. So this one is the basic structure. Now here I'm writing the title type of JS. I'm writing title type of JS. Now in the body, suppose I'm writing here p tag. We are going to learn types of JS. So first one, what we have, so I can write down here comment. First one, we have internal JS. So internal JS, sometimes we call this one as the script as a tag. Script as tag. Someone will call the script as a tag. So now see, if you want to take the script as a tag, then what happen? What we can do? Just we can write down the script tag. You can write down into the head, you can write down the in the body, anywhere, there will be no issue. But at for the general standard, what happen? If you want to write down the script tag, then always we write down the just last in the bottom of the body. So generally what happen after the script, we doesn't write down the any kind of the HTML code. That is the standard rules and regulation. So we can follow this one. Now in the script, what I'm writing here, just I'm writing here alert. I'm writing here alert and just I'm giving the message. Alert, hello in FTP. Hello in FTP, faculty development program. So now just what I'm doing the control yes. And just you can click on the go live. So now see, if I'm click on the go live, what happened? What we get? Hello in the FTP. We'll get one event. Hello in the, we'll get the message. Hello FTP. Hello in the FTP. I hope everyone get the idea how to create the script. So this one, what we call internal JS. What we call internal JS. And now then second one, we have external. So in the external, what happened? What we use? We use this another file. So for that, what happened? We create the one file. You can give the any kind of the name. There will be no issue. But generally we use the script name. So what I'm writing here, I'm writing the script.js. So now just what I'm doing, just I'm deleting this one. I'm deleting this one alert, control X, and then I'm pasting that one alert into the script file. Just control V, and here I'm writing hello in the FTP. Hello in FTP from external JS. What I'm writing hello in the FTP from external JS. Now in the index.html, what happened? We need to call this one here. So for that, what happened? We have one attribute src source. In the source, what I'm writing here script.js. In the source, what I'm writing here script.js. And now just you can save this program. And now just you can just it will take a little bit time. My system is a little bit hanging today. See, now here what happened? Hello in the FTP from the external JS. We'll get this kind of the output. So now here, yes, we have a two ways. We have a two ways to take the file. I hope you can get the clarity. Just anyone giving the thumbs up. Yeah, thank you, sir. So now, but here what happened? We already discussed that it is coming automatically. We doesn't generate any kind of, but it is coming directly. So now here what happened? So if we don't want this kind of the thing, then what happened? We need to generate the events. We need to generate the events. So now just I will just taking this one event. So now see what is this of the event? JavaScript interact with the HTML handle through the event. So means if you get the event, then what happened? So if you click on the particular event, then what happened? It will be generate the some specific structure and that will be display. So now see here. So here generally what happened? We doesn't use this kind of thing directly. We will use the event. So now just in this stage, I am just using the one event only. Yes, sir.
Sir, excuse me. Actually, one doubt.
Yes,
Suppose
sir.
we have a two or more number of external file that we have saved on the desktop. Suppose
Yeah, we can do
A1 dot.
that thing as well.
So in the same line, can we write all the files?
We need to write down the different lines, sir. we can take this one as well. Okay, I will
Search
create
is
one another
equal
file.
to.
Uh,
Okay, okay.
okay, just see here, sir. So now here I have a script.js. Then suppose I have a myscript.js.
Uh-huh.
So now here I have myscript.js. And so now here we have two files. So here generally what happens, sir, in we are able to take the only one attribute, same attribute. Now here we can write down the alt attribute, you can write down the type attribute, है but in the one line we are able to take the only one attribute. One same attribute value. Sorry, same attribute name. This is SRC. Now I am taking the second. Now what I'm writing here, script. So that will be the possible. We have a more than one files. And so now here what I'm writing, I'm writing my script and then I'm closing the script. And then so here we can do the one thing. See, in this script, what happened? We'll take the my script, and in this my script, I'm doing the one thing. I'm just creating the one event. I'm just writing the function. I'm writing here function message.
Hmm.
I'm writing here function message, and then here I'm suppose I'm writing here document.alert. And what I'm writing here document.alert. Document.alert, and just I'm saying hello from my script. Hello from my script. Okay, so this one is the first scenario, and in this what I'm doing, yes, I'm creating one another function. I'm creating here another function. Here I'm writing hello. Just we'll take the and here I'm taking the function as a show. I'm taking the function as a show. Hello from external JS. That is my script. That is script. Okay, we'll give this kind of the message. So now here, what we have two things. Now just we can do the one thing in the index.html. If you want to call this one, then what we need to do, we need to call the event as well. So now here what happened, I'm just creating the two button. So what I'm doing, I'm just creating the two buttons. So now I am writing here call my script. And then I'm just writing the second button. I'm just writing the second button. So what I'm writing here, call script. What I'm writing here, call script. Now see here, what happened? We take the two things. Just I'm deleting this one. See, now you can see the scenario here. What happened? We have a two files script. In the script, what we have one function. In the script, we'll take this one as the first. So now further avoiding the confusion. So we have a two files. First one, we have my script file and my script file. So in the script, we have a one function. I can take this one here. So what is the function name? Function name show. So now just in the index.html here, what I'm doing. So here I'm writing here one event. I'm writing here one event on click. What I'm writing? I'm writing here one click event, and just I'm writing here show. I'm writing here show. Why? Because I want to on this particular button, I want to call this script, and in this script, what happened? I have one function show, and then in the index.html, in the same what I'm writing here on click. On click here, what happened? I want to call the my script. In the my script, what is the function? Function name is the message. So now then what happened? We will call this function. I will call this function as the message. Now you can save this code, and now you can just refresh this one. See, if I'm calling this one, so here what happened? Hello in a FTP from the external JS, that is the script. Yes. And then if I'm calling the my script, happened. What happened here? MySQL message now only. Sorry, here we don't have a document. What we have windows.alert, or you can just write down the simply alert. There will be no issue. Sorry, my mistake. So now here, see, now you can just click on the refresh. See, now here what happened? Will you get hello from the my script? And here what we get? Hello, hello, that hello in FTP from external JS, that is the script. I hope you get the idea, sir.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Thank you.
So Malar, I think one faculty sir already raised the hand. Malar Varman, Malar Mannan, sir. What is the problem? You can share the problem in the chat box. No issue. Okay. So now this one about the alert. And so now this one that we call we are basically we follow this one thing. We will just create the event and we will call that event into the HTML. So now this is the things. So now then we will see the outputs, how we'll get the output. So now here what happened? We already discussed that into the alert. Then we have different kinds of the things for the output. Now just 1 minute, just I'm creating the one HTML output js.html. I'm creating the one HTML output js.html. Okay, so now just I'm taking the basic structure, or we can say boilerplate code. This is the boilerplate code for the HTML, and I'm writing here output of JavaScript. So now then here what I'm writing here, P example of outputs. So now see, first one, we can take the output in the inline. Inline output. So for that, what we use the inner.html. What we use the inner.html. We same कहते हैं using inner HTML, using the inner HTML. Okay, dot, or we can say, I will told you that using the dot inner HTML. So now just for that, what I'm doing, I'm just creating the one p tag. Okay, and now just I'm writing here ID equal to, suppose I'm giving the demo, ID equal to I'm giving the demo, and now below I'm just creating one button. I'm just creating one button, and in this button I'm writing here click inner HTML. Click inner HTML. This is the first thing. So now in this button, what happened? Now I'm going to create the one script. I'm going to create the one script tag. This I'm just now I'm taking the one internal script. So now here what I'm writing here function. Here I'm writing here message function, message, and then what I'm writing here document dot. Now here what happened? I'm taking the get element by ID. So this one is question. So now see what happened. I'm taking the element by ID. So now see here what happened. We write down in that in the attribute what happened writing attribute is the ID. And now here what I'm saying, get the element by ID. So now here we need to give the ID name. What is the ID name? Demo. You can give in the double quotation or you can use the single quotation. So after writing the demo here, what you need to write down? You need to write down the dot. This is the one method inner.html. And here I'm giving the one message hello in a FTP faculty development program. Hello in the FTP faculty development program. We are using inner HTML. We are using the inner HTML. Now I can save this code and just you can click on the go live. Just one I will write down here message will display here. So now you're enter up to here. Now see, we create this function already. Here what happened? If you want to generate that event, then what happened? We need to call this one. So here what happened? What I'm saying, when I click on the button, I want to generate this one message event. Or we can say I want to call this message, and then message will be generated this kind of the event. So now for that what happened? On the button, I'm writing here on click. On the button, I'm writing here on click, and I'm writing here message. Now then Control S. Now see here. Now we can close this one, and again we'll make this one as the go live. Now see here what happened. So message will be, we are getting the message will be display here. If I'm clicking on this here, what happened? We'll get the hello in a FTP. we are, sorry, spelling mistake, we are using the inner HTML है ना. So this one is the first output. We will get the output in the one line, in line, or we can say on the element है ना. So now if you want to get the output on the particular element, then what happened, we use the inner.html. And then we have a second thing, we can get the output into the alert. We can get the output into the alert box, output into the alert box. So for that, what I'm doing, just I'm creating the one button. I'm just creating the one button, and then what I'm writing here, click for alert. What I'm writing here, click for alert. What I'm writing here, click for alert. Now for that, again, we'll create the function. What I'm writing here, function. I'm writing here message one. Message one. Then what I'm writing here, alert. Hello in a FTP, we are in the alert box. Hello in FTP, we are in the alert box. See, we write down the message. So now then here what happened, we will call this one up to here. Now what I'm writing here, on click equal to alert, all click equal to message one. Now just you can press on the control yes, and now just see the output. So if I'm clicking on the alert, click for alert, whatever, we'll get the message, hello in FTP, where we are using the alert box. We are using the alert box. So this one is the second way of the output. And then third one, basically this third one output basically used by the developer for checking the bugs and checking the error and checking the codes is working properly or not. So for that we have a console. So here we can do the two things. We can use the directly alert, or you can use the class theme. So now here what happened, we can write down the windows dot alert as well. You can write down as per your convenience. You can use the this one, or you can use the this one. There will be no issue. You can directly alert, or you can write down the windows dot alert as well. Now this one is the second thing. Now then what happened? We have a output in a console. Output in console. Output in console. Now here I'm just creating the one function, another function message to. Then here what I'm writing, so console.log, hello in a FTP using the console log. Now see here what happened, we are going to create one another button as well. Just I'm copying this button, I'm pasting that button. So on click here what I'm writing here, message to. So click for console output, or we can say click for console output. Okay, we can click for the console output. And now see here, if I'm clicking on the inner HTML, we'll get the inner change. If I'm clicking, what happens, we'll get the alert. But if I'm just clicking here, we are getting the output. But if you want to see that output, then we need to open the console. So if you want to open the console, then we have one shortcut. So you can use the Control Shift J. You can use the Control Shift J. So now see, after using the Control Shift J, what happened? We will get the message, hello in a FTP. We are using the console. So now see, if I'm clicking the alert, what we get? We get the alert. And if I click on the console, then what happened? We'll get the message into the console. So that is the third way for the output. I hope you will get the idea up to here. I hope you will get the idea up to here. Then we'll move toward the last one. Then what will run? We have a document.write. So what I'm writing here, function message document document.write. So here what I'm writing here. So now there is a little bit difference into the element. If you want to change the entire structure, hello in a write, we are changing old with new. So now you can see what happened. So now I'm just creating the one button. Just creating one button, and what I'm writing here, I'm writing here message 3 and click for write. Okay, now see here. So now we can see here, just I'm closing the console. And now see, if I'm clicking on the click for write, then what happen? Entire structure of the code will be changed. Hai na? So if you want to just to change a particular element, then what happen? We can use the inner.html. Or if you want to change the entire context, then what happen? We can use the document.write. Both are the function is available into the document only. Hai na? So now this is about the output. So now we have a 4-way for the output. Now everyone get the idea up to here. Just anyone give me the thumbs up? Now we'll discuss about the DOM manipulation methods, or we can say DOM manipulation objects. So now here we will come on the main slide. So now here what we get, so we have what one first one, we have what get the element by ID. So now we are able to change, or we can say manipulate the DOM using the get element by ID. So now just for that I'm just creating one demo DOM manipulation.html. Creating DOM manipulation.html. I'm clicking the. So now see. First one, I want to manipulate the code using the get element by ID. So now here what I'm writing here P, and I'm writing here suppose I'm writing here ID equal to what I'm writing here demo. ID equal to what I'm writing demo. Faculty, just I'm writing here faculty development program. And then again I'm writing here P. Message will display here. What I'm writing, I'm just writing here P. Message will display here. Now just I'm writing the script. I'm writing the script. Now here see what I'm writing here where message. Oh sorry. So now here just I will take the constant. I'm writing here constant message equal to see. Just what I'm taking the element from the DOM. So what I'm writing here document dot get element by ID, and here what I'm writing ID name equal to DOM demo. ID name equal to demo. So now here what happened? We store this one into the ID. Now I want to display this one over here. Now what I'm writing here ID equal to I'm writing here message. ID equal to I'm writing here message. Now in the message what I'm doing, document dot get element by ID. What I'm writing here document dot get element by ID. So now here what I'm writing ID this one message. I'm writing this one ID here message. In that single quotation, or you can write down this the double quotation. Now here I'm writing dot inner dot HTML equal to I'm writing here message. I'm writing here equal to message. Now you can see just if I'm clicking on the just for the 1 minute, just I'm reviewing this one message. And now I'm just clicking on the go live. So now see, now here we're not in the early kind of the message, then what happened? So now here what I'm writing here. So just I'm giving the ID. Then what I'm writing ID equal to I'm giving the message. And now in the message, what happened? I want to write down the I will take the combination. What I'm writing here, hello in a, and then what I'm writing here plus message hello in a FTP, and then last you can see just we will see up to the here. Now you can see this one, and now see here what happened. We will get a hello in the object name. What we are getting hello HTML paragraph element. Now here if you want to call this one, now here we need to write down the dot inner HTML. What we need to write down dot inner HTML. Now control yes. Now see here what we get, message hello in a FTP. So means here what happened, we manipulated DOM. We manipulated DOM using the ID. So now here what happened? So first one we get the element by ID. Here we will get the ID with the help of this element, and we store that in the one message variable. Understood? So means we will take the all content that is available into this particular ID, and then we store into that message, and we integrate that one with the another ID. So and we display that is over here. So that is the use of the uh, get element by ID. Everyone done up to here? I hope everyone get the idea up to here. Now then second one, what happens? Same thing. We can get the element by the class name. We can get the element by the tag name. So now we can take the tag name. So now for if I'm to take the from the tag name, then what I'm writing here, just to suppose, okay, we'll finish this one here. Okay, by tag name. What I'm writing by tag name. Now I'm just taking the one tag. I'm taking the I'm taking the ES3 tag. है So hello FDP. From just I'm writing here EduNet Foundation. I'm writing here EduNet. What we take S3 tag. Now what we take S3 tag. Now I want to give the output. So now here what happened? I'm writing here P, and then I'm writing here ID equal to NGO. Okay, I'm writing ID equal to NGO. So now here message will display here. So what I'm message will be displayed. Now we will do the same thing. Now what I'm writing here, constant. What I'm writing here, I'm writing here constant per variable, and then here what I'm writing here, NGO name. What I'm writing here, NGO name equal to document. What I'm writing here, equal to document dot get element by tag name. Small d. Sorry, we need to take the small d. Document dot get element by tag name. What I'm using, get element by tag name. And now simply here we need to write down the tag name. So which tag we are going to use? We are going to use the S3 tag. What happened? We are going to use the S3 tag. So what I'm writing here, S3 tag. Now I want to display the message. So for that, what I'm writing here, document dot get element ngo html hello. And now see here, this one array. So basically what happened in the DOM manipulation, that will be all stored into the array format. Suppose I'm just removing this one 0. Now see, just you can see the output, what will be happen. So now see, it will get the undefined. What we get the undefined. So now here what happened if we take the by tag name. So here we aware about that. Generally what happened, we use the only one tag. No, we use the multiple tags. Yes, 3 multiple tags into the DOM structure. Right? So now that will be the identifier. So now DOM object will be store that ID in the format of the array. So now it will make the array of the S3. So this kind of the array. So here what happened, we can say this one is the first, second. I think everyone know about that. Array index will be start from the 0. So now this S3 will be stored into the first index, this one into the one index, this one into the second index. Are you getting my point? So now that's why what we did, we write down here at the 0. Here what I'm writing here, write down as the 0. Now you can control S, press the control S. Now here what happened, we'll get the hello in the EduNet Foundation. So now here I'm already told you we have a multiples ES3. We can take the multiple ES3s. So now here what I'm writing here, ES3 EduNet Foundation India. EduNet Foundation India. Now see here. So now here what happened? So here what happened, we'll take in the constant NGO name, and then again Just 1 minute. H3. So now see here what happened. So now here we NGO name H1. So now we can do the here plus into the double quotation. Here I will give the space, and then what I'm writing here again, I'm writing here plus. I'm writing here plus NGO name, and now here what I'm writing. Here I'm writing the second array. What is that? Is the one. So now here what available in this one? What happened? What we get? Undefined. Why undefined? Just 1 minute. Sorry, here whatever we need to write down the inner.html. What we need to write down? Inner.html. Now you can see the output. Why this is not displaying?
Sir, is it India H3?
No, H3, but here whatever we need to use the name. Oh, sorry, HE. Sorry, here we need to write down the H3. Yeah, sorry. Thank you, ma'am. So this is just a spelling mistake. Yeah. Definitely now we will get the output. So now see here what happened. Hello in the Internet Foundation India. We'll get this kind of the output. See, so there here, if you take the multiples H1, H2, then what happens? We need to assign DOM will be assigned that with the help of the index 0, 1, 2, 3, and then same we can use the class. So for that, what happens instead of the ID, we need to write down the class. So we can dominate with the help of the by the class name, by the query selector that will basically be used into the if you connect with the database. So this is all about the DOM manipulation. So I think everyone got the clarity up to here into DOM manipulation. So just you can do the one thing, just take the task how to use the class. So just I will show you that for the class, what happened, we need to take the instead of the ID, what happened, we need to take the P. So just what happened, what we take, we'll take the class equal to, then we need to take the class name. And suppose for the for P tag, I will take the class name for the P tag. And suppose we will take the any kind of the variable. Google anything, and then if you want to just take this one, then what happen here? We need to write down the we need to write down the get element by class. Okay, just you can take this one as the homework, how to manipulate using the get element by class. That is a simple thing. So I hope you can get the clear idea up to here in the DOM manipulation. Thank you, sir. So now then what happened? What we have event. So DOM manipulation, we discuss the DOM manipulation. Then what happened? We have inner.html, we discuss this one also. And then here we have discuss the event. Now here we will see the different kinds of the event: on click, on load, on submit, on focus. So now see here, we don't have only on click event. We have a different kinds of the event. So now just we will take the one example, event dot JS. Oh, sorry, HTML. I will take the event.html. So now I'm just creating the basic structure. Events. So now just the first one, we have a on click event. We're going to learn about the events. Okay, so now see for that I will take the one div tag. So now here what happened? We will manipulate the structure. So now what happened? I will take the div tag, and now simple just here what happened? I will take the one style tag. I will take the style tag. I will take the style tag. And in the style, what happened? I will take the style for the div tag. I think you know about this one. This is the CSS concept. Now what I'm writing? I'm writing here background color. Background color, suppose I will take the red. Initially, I will take the suppose red. And then suppose I'm taking the height. Height, suppose I'm taking the 200 px. And then width also I'm taking the 200 px. Okay. I'm just taking the height and width as the 200 px. Now this one is the box is ready. So now we can click on the go. Now see here what we get. We get the box. Just I'm just closing this all unnecessary tag. So now here what happened? We'll get the box that is the 200 height, 200 height and 200 width. Now I want to use the different kinds of the event. First one, we will manipulate that DOM using the on click. Now here what I'm writing here, script tag. I'm just using the internal script only for avoiding the confusion. You can use the external script as well. So now here what I'm writing here, I'm writing here function. I'm writing here function. Suppose we will take the one function name that is the zoom in. I will take the one function name zoom in. So now see, I'm take the one function zoom in. Now I'm writing here document. And see for the div tag, now here what I'm doing, I'm just giving the one ID equal to we can give the box. Okay, ID equal to we can give the box. Now here what I'm writing document dot to get element by ID. What I'm writing get element by ID. What is the ID? ID is here box. You can write on single quotation or double quotation. And dot to inner dot to HTML. And then what happened? What I'm writing here style. I think no need to write on the inner HTML. Just we can write down the style. Yes, we can write down the style. And we what I'm writing here height equal to 200 px. So now here what happened? Zoom in. Now we have a 200 px box. Then what happened? I want to create that box as the 400. I want to increase the height. So now what I'm writing here 400 px. And just I'm giving the semicolon. Now this one is the zoom in. So now here if I want to call this one, now just I'm just generating the one event on click event. Just the box we have here. This is what happened. I'm just creating the one button. I'm just creating the one button. I'm writing here zoom in. I'm writing here zoom in. And now here I'm writing on click. What I'm writing? Sorry. I'm writing here on click. And in the on click, what happened? I'm just calling this one function zoom in. I'm calling this function zoom in. So now just save this code. Now you can go here. Now just you can click on the zoom in. So now here what happened? What we get? The box a little bit expand. You're getting my point? So box is little bit expand. So this one for the so now see what happened. This will be the zoom. Now here what happened? We will just increase the height. We can increase the width as well. So what I'm writing here, just I'm copy pasting this thing. Control C. And then what I'm writing here, width. Width what I'm writing instead of the height. What I'm writing here, width. What I'm writing here, width. Now see here. So here what happened? So we are increasing the zoom. We are taking the zoom. I think if you are doing the expand, zoom in. So that we call the zoom in. So now here what happened? So here if you click on the zoom in, so what happened? Size of the box will be increased. Height and width will be increased. So now just you can just see here. Now we can just click on the zoom in. Now here what happened? We'll get the both height and width will be increased. Yeah? So now here, yes, we are able to change the color as well. So if you want to change the color, then just same thing, document dot get element ID by box. Then here, what I'm writing instead of the width, what I'm writing here, background color. What I'm writing here, background color. Background color, this one, background color. So I want to change from the red to suppose I want to change, we'll take the yellow. Okay, we'll take the yellow. We'll take the line to change color from the red to yellow. Now you can see here, if I'm clicking on the zoom in, what happened? We'll get the height and width and it will be changed into the yellow. So now this one is the on click event, but we have different kinds of the event. So just I'm doing the just closing this one event. So now just we have another event on mouse. We have some mouse event. So now just what I'm doing, we are use this event. So now in the div tags, I'm just using the one thing. I'm writing here on mouse over. I'm just using the on mouse over. And in the on mouse over, what happened? If I put my mouse cursor over the div tag, then what happened? That will be zoom in. ये क्या हो जाएगा zooming. Now sir, you can see this one. So now see now this mouse is out of the, see this is not on the box. So if I'm uh, scroll my mouse over the box, then what happens? That will be the expand. And so now see, and we can do the reverse wise as well. Here we are able to apply the multiple functions. So now that is for the zoom in. Now here what happened? We'll get the one another event, mouse out, on mouse out, on mouse out, on mouse out. Then here what happened? In on mouse out, what happened? I want to create the one application zoom out. I want to create the one application zoom out. Now here what happened? I'm just creating the function. I'm just creating the function zoom out. I'm just creating the function zoom out. Just creating the function zoom out. And then here I'm writing document dot get element by ID. So here what happened? We are taking the previous height. We are taking the previous height, and then we are taking the previous width. Okay, first one we'll try this one only. Now, just you can click on the here. If I'm clicking the mouse over, see. If I mouse over, what happened? We'll get the height and width 400. If I am taking the mouse out, here what happened? यहाँ पे सिर्फ height will be the decrease, but the color and then width is remain same. So now here what happened? We need to do the all things. So now then just I'm copying this code and then I'm pasting here. So here what I'm writing here 200 px, and instead of the yellow, what is our previous color? This previous color is the red. So what I'm writing here, this one I'm writing here red. So now see, if I'm clicking on the mouse over, what we get? Zoom in, and here what we get? We'll get the zoom out. So here we have a different kinds of the event. We don't have only mouse over, we have a lot of events. So now just you need to do the practice on that particular event, then you will get the more idea. So yeah, any difficulty up to here for the events? Just anyone give me thumbs up. Everyone done up to here? Now then here what happened? We can do the one thing. Now here we're done with the output. Now we will see that how to take the input from the user. Now for that what happened? I'm just creating the one input.html. So in the input, what I'm writing here, just I'm doing these things. So now just I'm writing here input demo. And now if you want to take the input from the user, then what happened? So just 1 minute. Here what happened? We required a form. So now here what I'm writing just the input type equal to text. Input type equal to text. And here, suppose I'm writing here ID equal to name. And now here I'm writing here placeholder. Enter your name. I'm writing here enter your name. I'm writing here enter your name. Sorry, I think input spelling. I'm writing here input enter your name. So now here see you can click on the go live. So why am I not getting the placeholder? I think we need to write down the only placeholder. Yeah. So now here what happened? We get the input your name. So if you want to write down the p tag, then you can write down the p tag also. Enter your name, or you can say enter your first name. I'm writing here enter your first name, and this one I'm taking into the p tag. Enter your first name. Okay, now see here what we'll get. We'll get this one. So now here, see what I'm doing. Just I'm writing the inter name, and just I want to submit this name. So for that, if I want to submit this one, then what happen? We need a button as well. So what happened here? What I'm writing here? Button submit. Button submit. So now see what happened? We are doing the button submit. So now see if I'm writing enter the name, and then what happened if I'm clicking on this submit. But here what happened? I want to display that name also. I want to take the input and I want to display the output. So for that, just we will take the script tag. And I'm writing here script, and I'm writing here one function. Function message. I'm writing here one function message, and in this I'm writing here const name equal to document dot get element by id. And here what is the id? So now here this one, now here what is the id? Id is the name. So now here what I'm writing here name. And now here what happened? We are not taking the element. We are not taking the element. This one. We are not taking this one element. What happened? We are taking the value. So now for that, what we write down here, we need to write down the value. Value. What I'm writing here, we are writing the value. And then here what happened? We need to display that one onto the particular things. So now here what I'm writing here, p tag, and I'm writing here message will display here. What I'm writing here, p tag message will be display here. And now here I'm writing it element by id, and here I'm writing id equal to message. Now in the double quotation, I'm writing here message, and then inner.html and equal to what I'm writing here, hello, then plus what I'm writing here, name, hello, name. So now just you can see this one. So hello, what I'm writing here, hello, name, and this will be display here. So now here I want to call this method. So now here what I'm writing here in the button, I'm writing here on click. On click, what I'm writing here, I'm calling the message. Now you can save this code and just you can go into the port. So now here, suppose I'm writing here Rishikesh Maure. So now see here, what happened? We'll get the output. Hello, Rishikesh Chivan Mahure. So now this one, using this one, we are able to take the variable as well. I hope you can get the idea. So now if you take the only first name, no, you can take the first, last name. We can do this thing as well. Now what I'm doing is I'm writing here, enter your last name. Enter your last name, and then input type equal to text, id equal to. So here what happened? We need to every time we need to take the different id. First name, last name. Enter your. I'm writing here. I think we doesn't take the. If you want to take the placeholder, you can take the placeholder. Otherwise, it doesn't matter. Enter your second name. Okay. So now this one. Document. So yeah, if you want to, I want to display that all thing into the one integration. So now here what happened? We take the this one. So now here what happened? I'm taking the f name and I'm storing this one to the f name. Okay. And now then I want to take the second name as well. Now I'm just taking the const. I'm taking the one another constant. I'm writing here last name, and then what I'm writing here document. Document dot get element by ID. Now here, what is the ID? ID is the last name. ID is the last name. And dot, what I'm writing here, value. Dot, I'm writing here value. So what I'm writing here, hello, of name, and then you can give the plus, and then if you want to give the space, you can give the place space, and what I'm writing here, last name, first name comma last name. So now you can see this one. So now here what I'm writing here, first name, suppose I'm writing here Rajnikant, and then second one what I'm writing here, Gaikwad. So you can click on the submit. Then what happen? Hello will get the output. Hello Rajnikant Gaikwad. So we can do that kind of the things as well. I hope you didn't get the idea how to take the input. I hope you didn't get the idea how to take the input. So now here, if everyone give me the permission, we'll perform the one activity. Hai. So just I'm giving the single task for the 5 minutes. Just what happened? Take the two numbers as a input and perform the addition. Yeah. So for example, what happened? We will take suppose the num1 equal to from the user. Okay, we'll take the num1 equal to, you can any number. Okay, 20, just I'm assuming the 23, and then I will take the num3, sorry, num2 equal to, just you can, I'm considering the 45, and just we are taking this one from the user, and then we want to perform the addition. So for that we'll take the constant sum, and then here what happen, you can add this one num1 plus num2, and just display the output on using the alert box, using the alert output, using the alert output, using the alert. So just so it is quite weird to give the task to the faculties, but everyone is interest interested in this task, then they can perform the task and just share the screenshot in the chat box. Okay, I'm giving the 5 to 7 minute 5 to 7 minutes for the activity. If anyone is doing that task, just give me the thumbs up. Kindly share the screenshot. Okay, we can do the one thing. I will just type that code. If then everyone can follow the same thing. We get only one output. So now see here what happened. I'm just writing the simple calculator, simple cal dot html. Okay, now I'm creating the basic structure, boilerplate code. I'm giving the name simple calculator. Just giving the name simple calculator, and then suppose I'm writing here input, or we can say I will take the p tag, enter first number, like the enter first number, and then what I'm writing here input. I'm writing here input. Now here what I'm writing type equal to, you can write down the anything, no issue text, or you can write down the number. Then here what happen, you want to write down id equal to num1, and if you want to write down the placeholder, here you can write down the placeholder as per your convenience. Now then second, now I'm just creating the second number, and now here what I'm writing here num2, and enter second number, enter second number. Okay, done. We are done up to here. And now just what happen, I want to give the button. First I'm giving for the submit. Or here you can give the button and then you can give the input as well. There will be no issue. So what I'm writing here submit. I'm writing here submit. And now I'm going to create the function script. I'm writing here function add. Okay, I'm writing here function add. Then I'm taking this one. I'm writing here const num1, or if you're getting confused in the same variable name, then we can write down the number one, no issue, number one. Here what I'm writing here document dot get element by id, and here what I'm writing here, what is the id name? Id name is the num1, and what I'm writing here dot to value. I'm writing here dot value, and then if you want to store the second number as well, I can write down the second number as well. So now here what I'm writing the second number num2 dot element by id. Here what I'm writing here num2, and then I want to perform the addition. So what I'm writing here var, we will take the var sum equal to num1 plus num2, and then what I'm writing here, yes, we want that one the alert, है ना? So alert the addition of number one and number two is equal to plus what I'm writing here sum. See this one. Now I'm just right executing this code. Sorry, here what happened in the submit, we need to add call that event on click. Here what I'm writing here add. I'm just calling the function add. You know? Now you can click on the go live. So now see here what I'm writing here 12, and suppose I'm writing here 11, and now if I click on the submit. I think we need to take the object manipulation object. What
Is
happened?
number one and number two variable defined. In line number 15, 16, variables are defined. Number one, number two. So
Yeah.
we have to find the sum with that.
Yeah, here, sorry. Here, what happened? So I'm just taking this one here. What happened? I'm going to write down the variable name. So now what I'm writing here, num1, and then I'm writing here num. So generally what happened, we'll take the same number only. So here, if for the avoiding the confusion, that's why. So here ID is the num1 and the variable name is the number one. So now just you can see 12 and 13. You can see here what happened. We'll get the output 12, 13. What happened here? What happened? We are getting the concatenation. Here, what happened? We are getting the concatenation. But instead of the concatenation, what we want the addition. So generally here we need to understand the one thing. If you take the any kind of the input, if you take the any kind of the input from the element, so that type may be text, maybe number, or maybe anything. What happened, that will be, so script will be take that into the form of the string only, you know. So now here what happened, we need to do the uh, typecasting. Here we need to do the typecasting. I think maximum people are aware about the typecasting concept. So for that, what happened, we need to typecast this one. So here what happened, just here I'm just taking the one parse method. Here parse, we can take the parse int or parse float. So I'm take the parse float, because if someone insert the number in the point as well, then what happened, we need a output into the point. So now here what happened, I'm taking the parse float and then close, and this one all you need to write down inside the just then same thing, we will do the same thing here as well. Same thing we'll do the here as well. Now just you can see, now you will get the proper output. Now you will get the proper output. Press the control yes. Now here suppose I'm writing here 13.45, 23 point, and then I'm writing here 45. And then if I'm clicking on the submit, then what happened? What we get? We get a 68.45. Yeah? So now here we perform the addition. So we can perform the, if you want to create the all calculator, then you can create a calculator. So now instead of the submit, suppose I'm writing here plus symbol, I'm writing here symbol. Yeah? And then again, I want to create. So now I'm just creating the second one, and just if you want to create all properly, then you can create the entire calculator and you can apply the CSS as well. Add, I'm writing here subtraction. For the subtraction, what I'm writing here minus sign, and then I'm just creating one function subtract function subtract. So now I'm taking this one code, control C, and I'm just changing the as per my requirement. Constant, okay, we will do what I'm writing here minus, and then instead of this sum, what I'm writing here, or we can, if I want to use the only one thing, oh, okay, we can write down the subtraction. Okay. Now then addition nahi, what we are done, subtraction of the number one and number two is here, whatever what I'm writing here subtraction, what I'm writing here subtraction. Now so you can see this one. Now here what I'm writing, suppose I'm writing here 34, and now here I'm writing here 20, and you can click on the minus, what we get, we'll get a 14. If we click on the, so now just you can click on the OK, and if you want to see, you will get the addition as well. So now here you can just complete the entire code, there will be no issue. Everyone got the idea? I hope everyone get the idea. Just give me the thumbs up. Everyone done with the task? Now we are going to see about the listener. So here using the listener, what happened? We are able to call the one another function inside the element. So now here we will see that as well. So now here just I'm creating one demo add listener dot html. I'm just creating the one function demo add listener HTML. Now just I'm creating the code. And now in that I'm just 1 minute. My screen is visible or not?
No.
So your daily success. Now you will just give the confirmation screen visible or not. So now here what happened? I'm writing the demo listener. So now in the demo listener. So now just what I'm just I have one code. So just I'm just copying this one code over here. So now see here what happened in the listener. What happened? We are able to call the one function inside the function. So now just arrange this one properly. And just I'm doing the closing the script tag. Okay, so now up to here, what happened? What we learn about the how to call the one particular function. So now in the function again, if you want to call the one another function, then we can use the event listener. So now see here, what happened? We are doing the if I'm clicking on the button, then what happened? I will call the one method add event listener. So now here what happened? Here we are performing the action click. When we perform the click option, then what happened? This one element will call the one another function that is the displayed. So now that's what we call the nested method as well. So if you want to call the one another method using the using the DOM manipulation. So for that, what happened? What we use the event listener kind of the things. We can able to use the event listener kind of the things as well. So now we can execute this code. Just 1 minute. So now just you can just I'm opening the portal. And now see, if I'm clicking here on the click, then what happened? I will get the time. So now using this one, what happened? We are able to call the one another function. So that is basically the add event listener. So that is the add event listener. This is all about the basic concept of the JavaScript. So anyone have any difficulty up to here? Okay, then now we are going to learn about the ES6 and ES7 feature. So now this I'm handling over the session toward the Uma ma'am.
So thank you, Rishikesh.
Yeah, sir, we will share the redundance link.
So we'll share at 12:45. Okay. Yes, very good afternoon, everyone. Let me share my screen. Reference. Okay, so today in the session, so we'll see why we are going with this arrow function and the other concepts. Okay. So as of now, we learned about what are the basic JavaScript. So as we already know, right? But what are the other advanced JavaScript concept we want to know? Okay, let's see. The first one is like arrow function. So before starting with an arrow function, we'll see a simple code on the basic function, and then we'll move on to the arrow function. Okay. So what is first ES6? ES6 means is nothing but stands for ECMAScript. So ECMAScript 6 and was created to standardize a JavaScript. ES6 is the sixth version of. I'm sorry.
टेक्निकल है तो वेबसाइट्स में इंटरव्यू क्वेश्चन सर्च करो उससे कर सकते हैं, लेकिन स्पीकिंग में तो क्या है कि आपको ही बोलना पड़ेगा, लेकिन उससे पहले तो
Uma, you can continue. I think sir mistakenly opened the mic.
Okay. It was published in 2015 and is also known as a ECMAScript 2015. Okay. So what is this arrow function? Let me open the Visual Studio Code. Okay. So I have created one normal index.html file. Okay. So this we already know, right? So how to import this template. I'll just also again, I will show you. Just click this, give exclamatory and click on enter so that you will get this. And to include the script in the body element, I'm just including the script element. Script src and the file name is index.js file. Okay. And in the index.js file, so I'll just remove this code. Okay, in the index.js file, I'm going to give the JavaScript codes. Okay. So first we'll see the simple function. So in a simple function, if I give a function add a comma b. Okay. So this is a function keyword and the function name, and these are the parameters, right? And if I want to add some value, I will definitely use a return keyword, right? A plus b. If I call this function, okay, I want to give the parameter values like, let me give 3, 4. So what will be the output? Let's check. Or you can also run the here itself. Let me show you. Click on control and backtick. You will get the terminals, or else you can go with this option. Okay. Here I can give node index.js. Click on enter. Second, I forgot to give console.log. Okay, so the answer is 7. So this is a simple function. There is nothing wrong here. But when we move on to the multiple or nested function, so what happens? We need to give the function keyword and the function name and the return keyword, right? So it takes much of your code. So better we can avoid this simple function at some point of time. Then we can go with the arrow function. Let's see the same example with the arrow function. Okay. So what we can do, we can create a constant. Okay, constant is a keyword. We will see what is this keyword later. Okay, and then I'm assigning some variable name. Let me give add. So add is a variable name. Next to this, I'm removing. I don't want the keyword function and also the function name. I'm just removing. As of now, the add is a variable. Okay, and then I'm using a arrow function, and here we don't want a return keyword. Okay. So this is the simple way of implementing it. Sorry, we can also remove this curly brace. It's a single line code. Okay, you will get the same output. With a single line, you can get the same output. Everyone is clear till this, why we are using this arrow function? Any queries, any questions? If you have any questions, please put it in the chat box. Okay, I'm not able to. Showing wrong ID and password. Okay, don't worry. If you have issue with the LMS, I have shared one format. Okay, just mention whether you have a login issue or it's going to be a assessment issue. Just mention it and give your name and the mail ID. I will check by today evening and I will get you the update. Okay. All right. So this is a simple arrow function. In some case, I want to give more parameters. Can anyone tell me how we can give I want to add 2 more parameters, how I can add and check the output in the arrow function? So in the same arrow function, I want to add 2 more parameters. How we can add it? What about if we have the multiple statement in the function? Can we use still the arrow function? Yes, expressions, right? Multiple expressions we can use. I'll just show you. So we can add multiple parameters. I can give. So anyone? Any answers from your end? So how we can add more parameters? So let me give the code. Can you tell me how we can add 2 more parameters here in the same code? By a comma separation. Okay. All right. So here I can add C comma D and then plus I can give C plus D. Here also I can give 4 values. I can give 7 and 8. So we'll be getting a 22 as a value. Okay. So this is using a more parameters. I use more parameters, I can do like this. In case if I want to give multiple expressions, then how I can give? Okay, so let's take the same example. Let me keep it as A, B, C, D. Okay, and here in this part, whenever you use a multiple expression, then you have to go with the return keyword. That is must. Okay, so here I will just use the curly brace. Inside this, I'm just mentioning const sum 1 is equals to A plus B, and then const sum 2 is equal to B plus D. And then finally, I need one more variable for the total. Okay, so total is equals to sum 1 plus sum 2. Okay, clear? And finally, how we can get the output of this? I want to give a return keyword help. And whatever the values we have mentioned in the console log, it's going to be the same thing. We change some values. Okay. We execute this. So here you can see 35. And then 18 plus, 18 plus 8 is 26, right? 26 plus 7, or 18 plus 8 is, yeah, 26. 26 plus 7, it's going to be a 35. I'm wrong, 1 minute. Okay. So like this, you can give.
correct section problem idea.
I'm sorry, sir. Could you please repeat again? Yes, Venkatesh, sir. I can see some answers. Okay.
ನಾಳೆ ಬರ್ತಾರೆ ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ನನ್ನ ಪ್ರಕಾರ ಡೌಟ್ ಇದೆ.
You have doubt. Yes. Actually, sir, your voice is breaking. If you have a doubt, you can
ಸಮಯ
also put it in.
ಅದೇ
Yeah.
ಸರ್ಟಿಫಿಕೇಟ್
Now, yeah.
ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ಸ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕಳಿಸ್ದಂಗ್ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತೆ ಇವರು ನನಗೆ ಕೊಟ್ಬಿಡಿ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಬಂದ ಕಡೆ ಸ್ಟೂಡೆಂಟ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ತೋರಿಸಿದ್ರು ಒಂದೇ ಸ್ಟ್ರೋಕ್ ಅಷ್ಟೇ ನೀವು ಹೇಳಿದ್ರೆ ಕಾಣಿಸ್ತು ಮೋಸ್ಟ್ಲಿ ಪ್ರಿನ್ಸಿಪಲ್ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ಕೊಟ್ಟಿದ್ದಾರೆ ನೆನೆ ಮೆಸೇಜ್ ನನಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತು ನೆನೆ ಅದೇ ಮೆಸೇಜ್
Okay.
ಹಾಕಿದ್ದಾರೆ
If you don't have any questions, please be on mute, sir.
ಬರ್ಲಿ
Harshita, C is unused. I see is an okay. That's what I'm thinking. Why the answer is wrong? Fine. Thank you. So A plus B and C plus D. Yeah. Fine. Thank you, Kunal ma'am. All right. Thank you so much, everyone. Okay, let's move on to the next one. So as of now, everyone understood like why we are going with this arrow function, right? So next is we'll move on to the PPT. We'll just go through what are the definition. Arrow functions is a short syntax for writing a function expression. You don't need the function keyword or the return keyword or a curly braces. Okay. So this is the important point about this. And we saw one example. Let's move on to the let and the const keyword. This is a very, very important interview question. Whenever the students are attending for the JavaScript or it's going to be in a front-end developer role, they will surely ask this question. Okay. So can anyone know like what is the difference between the let and the const keyword? What will be the major difference? What is the difference between the let and the const keyword? If you already know, you can just put a message.
Constant cannot be changed.
Okay.
Let can be modified.
Thank you for the answer, ma'am. Can't change the value of the constant. Okay. Okay, I'll tell you how we can answer for this question. Okay, first we'll go with the let keyword. Okay. So what is this let keyword first of all? So we can declare and initialize a count. Let's say I'm giving a let count is equals to 1 is a value. Okay. So count is a variable and let is a keyword and 1 is a value. And then I'm trying to get the output for this count. Okay. So obviously I'll be getting the value. What happened? I'm getting the value as 1. But in case if I'm trying to reassign the value, okay, so like count is equals to 2. So already I have initialized and I have given a value 1, but I'm trying to change it again. I'm reassigning the new value. Okay. Then what happens to the count? Can anyone tell me what will be the output now? It's going to be 1 or it's going to be 2. It's going to be 1 or 2. What will be the output? So most of them have given the value as 2. Yes. Okay. So the value is going to be 2. So the first value is 1 and then 2. If you are removing this also, you will be getting a value to be 2 only. Why? Because we can reassign the values using this let keyword, but we cannot do using a count keyword. So let's see how we can do it. I'm using the const keyword. Okay. And again, I'm trying to reassign the new value. Here we can't see the output. Let me get into the web browser. Okay, go to the inspect element. And then there is a console. Here you can see the assignment to the constant variable. It's showing an error. So from this, we can understand that we cannot reassign the value in the constant. So you may think this is the only difference between this let and constant. No. So we have the other examples also. We'll see. As of now, let, we can reassign the value. And when you go with the count, we cannot reassign any values. Okay. Then we can see about the scopes. Okay. So again, we can move on to the PPT. So what is the time? Okay, now I'll just share you the attendance link. You can fill the attendance link. Okay, give me a minute. Okay, so I have shared this attendance link. Please click on it and give the details. But please do it in the lunch break. Okay. Thank you. Let's move on to the PPT again. Okay. So now we will see here the let and constant used for the block scoped variable. What is this called? Block scope and function scope. There is two terms. It is very important. No, what is called function scope and the block scope. Okay, we will see what is that. We will see the example for both let and const keyword for a block scope and the function scope. Okay. So let me get into the page. So first we'll go with the let scope.
Madam,
So what
PPT,
is
madam.
this? Sorry, ma'am. Ma'am, yesterday I'm not submitted my attendance.
Ma'am,
Oh,
PPT is not visible.
oh, I'm sorry, ma'am. 1 second. I'll just share it again. Vijayalakshmi, ma'am, you can fill the attendance for yesterday also. Okay.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you.
So I was talking about this let and const keyword. So let and const are used for the block scope, but there is something called as a function scope and block scope. This we need to understand clearly. Then only we are able to write a code in a proper manner. Okay. So now I plan to show you an example on a let and as well as a constant for this scope. Okay. So first I'm writing a function. Okay, in the function, I'm just giving a function name. Let's go with check a scope. Okay, I'm going to check the scope of the function. So first I give a let message to be inside a function scope. Okay, this is the inside because this let keyword is directly next to the function, right? So I'm just mentioning a message as inside the function scope. And again, so this is going to be called as what? This is going to be called as a function scope. So whatever I'm mentioning after this double slash, that is a command. So it is not going to view it in your output. Okay. So in the if statement, I'm just mentioning a true. What if the message is going to be true? Then again, I'm initializing one message inside the block scope. Okay, so this is going to be a block scope. So now in this case, I will use a console.log of message. So both variable is going to be the same thing. Okay, both the variable is going to be the same thing, but what output we are going to get. So that you are going to tell me. Okay, so console.log of a message. Okay, so I'm sorry. After this, I'm calling this function checks. I hope everyone is on the same page. If you have any questions, please let me know. Okay, so as of now, what I did, I have created one function that is a function scope with some let keyword variable. And again, this is called as a block. Okay, this is called as a block scope. Whatever the conditional or control statement which you're going to create inside the function, we'll call it as a block scope. Okay, so there I have created one more variable that is the same variable name with a different message. Okay, so can you tell me like what will be the output for this one? So what will be the output? What's going to be the output for this one? I'll give a lunch break at 1:05. Okay, till that we'll continue. So we are going to get two values, right? Because it's a let keyword, we can reassign the values. So what will be the first and what will be the second? I get lot of answers. Okay, inside block scope, both the messages, inside the block scope, inside the function scope. Okay, got it. Okay, fine, we'll see. So first is going to be our inside block scope. So first, while getting into the code, it will show the output of this inside block. Then only it goes to this console log, right? So it shows the inside block scope and then it moves on to the inside function scope. Clear, everyone? So in the same scenario, if I use a const keyword, then what happens? If the code is going to be the same thing, but I'm changing this to const keyword. This is also going to be the const keyword. So what will be the output for this one? Same code with a const keyword. Okay. You just put a message. We will check in the browser. Okay. So we are getting a inside block function, that is scope, and the inside function scope. But error we can access outside. If you are trying to access outside, then we'll be getting some error here. Okay. So this is about the let and the const keyword. I hope everyone is clear till this. So we can move on to the other one. So as of now, we understood how we can go with the function scope and block scope. But let's say I'm giving you one more. Let's consider this as an activity. Okay. So I'm creating one function. Let's say example function of. Okay, inside this example function, I'm giving a variable. I'm going with 10 and then const y is equals to some 20. Console.log of x, because these kind of questions will definitely ask for the students in the interview. Okay, so that's why I'm asking a simple questions. Okay, and again I'm calling this function. And after calling the function, I'm trying to access the console dot x and console dot log y. So now what will be the answer? Only constant values will be printed in both the cases. Okay. Yes. So see here, this is also the same thing, but I have used only the function scope. Okay, there are two variables, a let and const keyword. So what I will be getting the output in the first two console.log, and after calling the function, what will be the output for the console.log? I'm just waiting for your answers. These are very simple, and sometimes it feels tricky also. You can just give me the answer, like what we will be getting for this. Yes, the sir 10 and 20, great. After the function call, then what will be the output? You Malar Manan sir, yes, you're right. 10 for the first one. So be direct. I'm just asking you. So what will be the output here? So after the function call. So this is my question. Like, what will be the output after this function call? So no scope outside the block. Exactly. So we'll be getting a error, right? So what error we will get? Just refreshing this file. So you can see the X is not defined because it's the outside of the block scope. Clear, everyone? Hope everyone clear till this. Any questions or any queries? Okay. I think you all understand this concept. So now we can move on to the one more example. That is, I can take the same function. It's same function, but I'm adding some condition. There is a block. Okay, true of, keeping this variable here. Okay. And then this console.log, same thing, but I'm adding a block scope. So now what will be the output? So previously we say that it's outside the function block, right? So now what we can say in this point, what will be the output? Assign the constant variable. It's the ma'am, like we have included both the things, let and constants are available. Here you just tell me like what it will throw as an error. So obviously it is going to throw error as X is not defined or Y is not defined. But why? Which scope it's going to show as an error? It's going to be in a function scope, or it's going to be in a block scope error? After this, I think so just only I need yes or no, like it's going to be in a function scope error. Okay, thank you, others, sir. What about others? Okay. Okay, let's keep this question like this. Yes, whatever you said now, it's correct. So if it is going to be this, then that's going to be in a block scope error. I hope everyone is clear with what is a block and what is functional scope and what is let and what is constant. Clear? Any queries in that, please put it in the chat box. So now we can move on to the next topic. Next is a very, very interesting topic, that is nothing but object destructuring with object properties. What is this destructuring concept? So before getting into the description, so let's see what is the description they have given. Object destructuring in ES6 allows you to extract the properties from the object and assign them to the variable in more concise and readable way. Destructing assignment makes it easy to assign array variable and object properties to the variable. So in a more simple way, I can just tell you how we can do this. First, what is First, we'll see what is destructuring. Okay, so destructuring means you're going to unpack values from it's we can do it from array or a properties from objects into the distinct variable. Okay, so what they are saying is, if you have an array or if it is going to be an object properties, we can make that into a distinct variables. So let's see how we can do this. There are different destructurings are there. First, I will go with the object destructuring. Anyone, please let me know if it is going to be 1-5. Okay. So object destructuring means what? So it allows you to extract properties from object into the variables. We'll see how we can do this. Okay, these are the key points we can tell in the interview point of view. Okay, you can share these things with your students also. So let's see, const, I'm creating a person. So person is an object here. Okay, and then after this, I'm using a curly brace because the curly brace is whenever we are creating an object, obviously we'll be using a curly brace. Within that, there should be a key and there should be a value. Okay, so the key is I'm giving a full name like Maheshwari. Okay. This is my that is a key and this is my value. After, if you're going to give a multiple key, then you can use a comma. And after that, I'm just mentioning a age as my key, and then value is going to be like I'm just giving 30, and the address. Okay, here the address is again the object. Sorry, here the address is going to be an object because I'm going to add some key and value here. Okay, let me add the street. Sure. And I'm giving some city to be Chennai. Okay, and then country, it's going to be India. All right. So till this, I hope everyone understood, right? So as of now, what I did, I have created one object. So this is going to be an object and the key and values are there. So now I'm going to do the object destructuring. How I can do that? How I can do the object destructuring? So first, I use a const keyword. Here, I will use a curly brace. Within the curly brace, I will mention the key names. What are the key names? See here, extract the properties. What are the properties? These are the properties. From where? From the object. Okay. So that into the variable. We are converting that into a variable here in this place. I hope everyone is clear, right? So extract the properties. These are the properties. Okay, these are the properties. I'm going to extract it from the object into the variable. So let's say I'm adding a full name, comma, age, comma, address is equals to person. Person is my object. Clear? Now, console.log of, I'm trying to fetch the full name. And I also want to fetch the other details also. Let me copy this. Here, age, and then address. Okay. So now you can see the output. So you can see my name and my age and all the details of the address details it is showing. Okay. Clear till this? Clear till this? Any queries or any questions about this destructuring? Outside the function, no scope for exit. Right. Okay, great. Okay. So if you are understood that destructuring, please let me know so that after the lunch break, we can continue with the other topics. Otherwise, I will start with this again. Clear, everyone? Can you show thumbs up or say yes or no so that I can understand? Show the code, ma'am. Yes, I can. Any doubt till this? Please let us know.
Ma'am,
And
one doubt,
one more.
ma'am.
Yes, ma'am.
One doubt, ma'am. There is no where concept in JavaScript. Huh?
Where condition? You're asking about the conditions, right?
Var variable declaration var.
Oh, where? Okay, ma'am. So where keyword, so actually here we are talking about the advanced concept, right? So that's why I didn't talk about the variable keyword. But variable keyword is it's a very simple thing. It can accept the reassignment and it can accept the redeclaration also. Is possible in variable keyword. But in a let keyword, we cannot redeclare the variable. Clear, ma'am? Redeclare is nothing but same. It's very simple, like a variable keyword. If I'm giving a is equals to 10. Okay. And again, I'm giving a variable keyword a is equals to 12. So this is going to be what? Let me increase the size. This is going to be a redeclare. Okay. And if I'm trying to change this through A20, this is going to be a reassignment. So this both possible. So if I try to get the output of this one, console log A, then my output is going to be 20 if I use a variable keyword. Okay, ma'am. But when I go with the let keyword, if I'm using a let keyword, if I use a let keyword, if I try to redeclare here itself, you will be getting a error. So that is not possible in the let keyword. Clear, ma'am? But reassignment is possible in the let keyword.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you. So I request everyone to fill the attendance form. Now we can go for a lunch break and please join at 1:40. Okay. Thank you all. Please join at 1:40. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.